morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Friday the 29th of October. Looking at Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 62.16 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 62.826. Support from the broader market will be needed for Bitcoin to break back through to 62,000 levels and break out from yesterday's high, 62,444. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, we've got the second major resistance level at 65,054 to cap the upside on the day. Fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 57,988 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 57s. Second major support level sits at 55,378. Looking at the MACDs, widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day after yesterday's late bearish cross. So look at for a further widening there. On the EMAs, 50s holding its ground against the 100 and the 200, but still a bearish signal. So key would be to avoid a fallback through the pivot at 62.16. Break back through to 62,000 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, also bearish. Going to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 4162 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 4425. Support will be needed for Ethereum to break out from this morning's high 4300. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, second major resistance level at 4562 should limit the upside on the day. Plenty of support from the broader market would be needed, however, for Ethereum to break out from its all-time high, 4383.4. A fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level of 4026 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 3700 levels. Second major support level at 3763 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, so look out for a possible bearish cross through the morning. On the EMA's bullish signal, however, 50 pulling away from the 100 and the 200 after yesterday's bullish cross. That's supporting further upside ahead. So key, avoid the pivot at 4162, break out from this morning's high 4300 to bring resistance levels into play. Looking at Litecoin against US dollar, also bearish morning. Going to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 188 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 197. Support will be needed for Litecoin to break out from 195. So barring an extended rally on the day, that first major resistance level and resistance at 200 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Litecoin target 210s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 204. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 180 and the 23.6% fib at 178 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 175. Second major support level sits at 171. Looking at the MACDs, narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, looking at a possible bearish cross coming up, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, 50 has narrowed marginally on the 100 and the 200. That's still bearish, however, so key would be to avoid the pivot at 188, break through to 195 to bring resistance levels into play. Looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, positive start. Going to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 1.0462 to take a run through the 38.2% fib at 1.0659 and the first major resistance level at 1.0984. Plenty of support will be needed for Ripple's XRP to break back through this 38.2% fib. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 1.1 to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP target 1.15s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.1387. A fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 0.9999 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.95s. Second major support level sits at 0.9418. Looking at the MACDs, marked narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, so look out for a possible bearish cross. On the EMA, 50 has narrowed marginally on the 100 and the 200, however, we'll need to see a material narrowing to support further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 1.0462, break back through the 38.2% fib at 1.0659 to bring resistance levels into play.